Spain's latest squad announcement landed like a bombshell. A young Real Madrid forward who lit up the summer with goals and headlines has been left out of the senior national team and instead placed with the U21s, and the reaction has been instant and visceral. This is not just another selection list, it's the story of a career pivot point. On one side, you have a kid who finished the club season as a top scorer at a global competition, the sort of form that usually triggers dream call-ups and viral celebration clips. On the other, you have a national coach who, calmly and deliberately, has chosen a different path. Experience first, patience first, development first. Luis de la Fuente has said the youngster is on the path and that his opportunity will come when the staff deems it appropriate. Words like that are meant to soothe, but they also light the fuse of debate. Why deny a hot hand the chance to prove himself on the biggest stage? Why send a summer hero back to the youth fold just as qualification matches loom? The selectors will point to balance and leadership. Two names underline that argument. Dani Carvajal, a Real Madrid captain freshly back from a long-term ACL absence, earns a recall. Manchester City's Rodri, himself recently restored to fitness, is also back in the senior mix. These are not merely players, they are stabilizers, veterans who carry dressing room weight, tactical clarity and resilience under pressure. When a coach talks about consolidating the family concept, he's describing an atmosphere where experience shapes young ambition, where tough qualifiers away to Bulgaria and Turkey are treated as tests requiring steady hands. From a pure results perspective, that logic is defensible. Qualification campaigns are unforgiving and teams often prefer proven performers over bright, but unproven talents when the margin for error is narrow. But the optics sting. Fans, especially those who watch every Real Madrid match, see a natural progression blocked. They see the kid who tore nets in the Club World Cup and ask, fairly, if the national team is rewarding form or seniority. The football ecosystem breeds impatience. Modern clubs fast-track teenagers into pressure cooker environments and fans expect national setups to follow. When the national pathway resists, it raises questions about selection philosophy. Is Spain guarding a slow traditional pipeline of merit building, or is it missing the chance to incubate new firepower at the first sign of brilliance? De la Fuente's line is meant to be measured, a reminder that international football requires more than flashes of club brilliance. But in practice, it's a nuanced policy that can easily be read as a public snub. For the player, this moment is binary in feeling. It can be fuel or it can bruise. Sent to the U21s, he will have the opportunity to sharpen, to lead among his peers, to shake off the glare and find consistency. That's valuable, and Spain's youth setup has historically been a conveyor belt to senior respectability. But time and timing matter. If a promising forward racks up goals and is repeatedly overlooked, fans and pundits start to wonder about a disconnect between club merit and international reward. Real Madrid, too, has a stake here. How will they manage their prodigies' minutes, expectations and psychology when the world is watching and social feeds are full of a what-if takes? There's also a tactical layer worth considering. Coaches select squads not just for individual brilliance, but for balance, for the mix of pressing, defensive cover, transition speed, and set-piece threats. Maybe the staff assessed that this particular set of qualifiers required a different profile, perhaps favouring experience in wide-pressing roles or tactical discipline in midfield link-ups. Those invisible chess moves are part of international management, and they rarely make sensational headlines, but they do inform selections in ways that fans may find opaque. So what happens next? The most immediate chapter is the U21 campaign, chance to dominate, to work on weaknesses, to return stronger. The bigger chapter is the senior timeline, a pathway that depends on sustained club excellence, injury situations, and the national team's evolving needs. If this omission becomes a rallying cry, if the player responds with consistency and maturity, De La Fuente's calm patience may be vindicated. If the public pressure mounts and performances continue to spike without a senior recall, the debate could force a re-evaluation of selection philosophy at the federation level. In football, moments like these define narrative. Some players use a snub as rocket fuel, others find the path steeper after an early setback. Right now, Spain has chosen a route that prioritises structure and seasoned heads for a difficult qualifying run. The question for fans, pundits and the player himself is simple and brutal. Will this decision slow a bright star or sharpen him into something greater? The answer will unfold on club pitches and at U21 fixtures in the weeks ahead. And whichever way it goes, this selection has already done what the very best footballing moments do. It has forced everyone to pay attention.